Hello everybody, Vision here. Today I'm back for another video. Welcome back to Building Disneyland in LEGO Week 21. So kicking off this week, I've gotten a little bit more progress done, and I'll show you guys what that is all about. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about Splash Mountain. Anyways, to start with, I'm going to be building this little house, but it's just an attachment to the shed, I guess. And you can see some of the progress I got done here, so let's take a look at that. So anyways, first I have part of the house. You'll see more of that later. But here I have the roof, standard design. It's a, let's see, 10 by 7 or 7 by 10 plates. Basically, I just took this 6 by 10 plate and the 1 by 10 plate here and connected them, and you can see how I did that there. And that's going to be going on top of this. So this is the actual building itself. It's going to be sitting on there. Once I get it all attached and stuff, you'll see. Anyways, what I did is I used a legal building technique, of course, just putting these Technic pin pieces into the brick like so, and then that is attached to this little contraption. As you can see, it's being held on by the brick with the stem on the side. And how I put this together is that it's upside down, so I had to come up with a connection. And what I did is I took these stud with bar on there, and then the stud of hole, I connected them, and that is how this is being held together, and I think it looks very nice. So I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I'm going to continue building this little attachment to the shed. Alright guys, so I just changed up the design a little bit. So what you can see is that how it's attached is differently. So what I did is I'm using this 1x1 brick with the Technic hole in it, and that is placed on a jumper plate. Now it works just like so. Now I do have this in brown, but it's being used on something, so I didn't want to take it off there, so I just using this tan one in its place for now. And then also the other change I made is you can see it's a little bit more smooth of a connection here in between for this roof part, and that's just because I decided to use the inverted roof tile piece instead of using this same piece, but using some Technic pins with the stud on it. I think it makes for a better transition, and it looks a lot better. So I'm really happy with how it's coming out. Now I'm just going to continue building this. So the next piece of work I did on this extension to the Splash Mountain shed is that I started building up the sidewalls. So you can see that they're nothing special, just a bunch of bricks thrown together. So in the interior, I'm planning on just putting some crates and such, and I'm also going to be including this little owl, which will actually go on just right by the extension to the shed, so it'll just be up here on one of the little boards that is sticking up to support the whole roof structure. So the next addition to the extension to the shed in Splash Mountain is actually attaching the roof itself. And you can see it looks very nice. I'm really happy with how it looks. I'm really pleased. So anyways, what I did was, it's very simple actually. I just used these angled plates with rocker plates, whatever you want to call them. And they really it's a really good attachment. So I'm really happy with how that came out. Quite simple, but is quite effective. So here on the shed, I finished building up the sides, as you can see. And then I also included this window on the side as well. Since it is actually there, I figured I'd go ahead and add it. And then I also put this plate here, so that way I could put this barrel and the crate in there. And then also here, I placed the owl up there. So I think the next step is just going to be placing it on the rest of the shed. So the next thing I did was I placed the extension to the shed, so it is now in there, and I really like how it looks. So what I need to do is I need to build up this area with brick. But we're not going to be able to do that this week, so I'll end up doing that in the next episode. Well guys, that is going to do it for this week of Building Disneyland. I'll see you guys next time on Vision. Keep on building. Bye.